All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here on another episode of The Chop Shop. With me, we have out of Syracuse, New York, me.
And we have out of Memphis, Tennessee, also me.
And from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Orlando, that would be me.
So we'll get started out Sunday, Hell in a Cell. Not the most highly thought of pay-per-view of the year, especially coming off NXT's successful pay-per-view event.
It's like that. What's that describe? It's like the food where it's like the outside is good, but as you go in, it doesn't taste as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The first two matches were good, and then it's like it just went to crap.
Yeah, until the end. I mean, I have to give the main event really good. I liked it. You know,
they were good. Just a lot of people weren't happy that 3 of the 6 finishes were really cheap.
Yeah, pretty much all roll-ups.
and a DQ.
Yeah, there you go, sir. Which now we gotta add that into the rule book that if you use the table, like easily, like physically use the table, it's a DQ.
Yeah, that kind of changes things a lot. Like, how many matches have not ended because of that?
Because remember, they went through the table. However, if you use it as a weapon, then that's where the DQ comes.
Fuck him.
I mean, she was just trying to redecorate. You could call it incidental contact.
Mm-hmm. Probably, if you say so.
Yeah, I think that would hold up in wrestling court.
There's a new idea for a segment: wrestling court.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, I love the stories about wrestling court. Those are so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
We'll present our cases.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we argue enough anyway.
Exactly. Oh, you and Bryan on either side. I get to see you guys arguing already at your rebuttals.
I'll argue with Bryan all day and win. We all know how that's gonna
end. But you know what? I love the women's Hell in a Cell match. I love the main event, even though they had the roll-up finish. But I like it. Drew McIntyre is no longer facing the champ. Well, we'll see how it goes with the qualifying match. We'll talk about that a little bit. But I'm disappointed with Sami and Kevin Owens. Like, they always have like great matches. This one I felt like it's their weakest one to date.
To me, it looks like Kevin got legit injured in that match. He held his shoulder a good chunk of the match.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's how come they did that type of finish. I mean, people still liked it. To me, I didn't like it, honestly. I like better the WrestleMania match.
Yeah.
They're just treading water until fans come back. And it makes me hard to want to invest in it because the wrestling is always so good, no matter who it is. There's nothing wrong. We all know the deal. Everyone says the same thing because it's true. The wrestling is fantastic. The wrestlers are fantastic. It's just the stories and the finishes are like, what the hell?
Exactly.
And that's what happens when you have a lot of non-wrestling people writing stories. It wouldn't even be a good soap opera anyway if it wasn't wrestling. That's the annoying thing. It's not like if you put this on, CBS after The Price is Right, it's suddenly like a really good story. Like, it's just, it's not. It's very annoying, and I think we shouldn't talk about it anymore.
I agree. So out of a 1 through 5, how do you guys rate Hell in a Cell?
I'm going by like a 2 to a 3. I'll give it 2.75 out of 5.
I'd probably go about 2.5 myself.
Ring of Honor Hell in a Cell gets 2.5.
Ring of Honor.
Think about it. Kevin versus Sami, Cesaro versus Seth Rollins. I mean, it's basically an old school Ring of Honor pay-per-view with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, and a bit of an Impact too, because like Drew and Lashley faced each other in Impact, so
right
for the title at that.
It was a great indie show.
There you go.
What a production.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Raw last night. Actually, I would say Raw last night was actually a pretty decent show.
Eh, to me, I like what they did with the men. The women, I you know what it is. I think what's the problem is just that I'm not getting used to characters when it comes to the women because like this is the first that I'm seeing like they're actually creating characters
Mm-hmm.
because like with WWE it was always like the model type woman like blonde hair, big boobs, very athletic, yeah, come on,
Right.
it's true. Anyways, but it's just like to see like what they did with Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, you know, yeah,
Yeah. Alexa Bliss had debuted some new music last night, so maybe kind of breaking away from the Fiend setup there.
but why wouldn't you debut that new music in the pay per view first? And you know what? I'm nitpicking, anyways. But anyways, I'm looking forward to how Nikki Cross's character is going to be like. I know she's going to be very popular with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
The coloring scheme, the cape and everything. It's going to be really cute, and she's lovable. Like right now, she's that like kind of like smiley face, lovable type of character, which I like, So
She's going to sell some merchandise, especially to the kids. She'll probably
oh,
get
of
her
course,
first action figure, with the superhero gimmick. And you know what?
of
What I
course.
really love is that it was her idea. She brought it to creative. They greenlit it. So they're giving a female a chance to work their own storyline.
There you go. Which that's a first to just hear. Like it's been probably a while. Like the last time I heard like a woman's creative got up to the main roster was Mickey James's. So I'm happy that Nikki Cross's storyline is looking to be promising. So
Not that I'm going to pretend like I haven't been watching these shows from WWE for the last 3 years, but I'm going to ignore it for just 1 second and say that if we have created this Alexa Bliss character that everyone's sick of, and she is this kind of supernatural villain, then she should somehow beat Rhea for the belt and then lose it to Nikki. And then that's how we put Nikki over, because we can have the superhero beat the crazy, villain situation, spooky
Mm-hmm.
girl that everyone's tired of. I know it won't happen, but I'm really happy for Nikki. And
because unfortunately your story makes sense. And
yes, unfortunately, that was I spent some time thinking about that, and therefore it will never happen. But it would be cool.
Well, maybe Nikki or not Nikki Cross. Maybe Alexa wins the Money in the Bank again.
no, like you see, my story was like it was thrown out of the water because I thought Eva Marie was going to be going to the ladder match, but I don't know what they're doing now. It looks like they're dropping that storyline.
Alexa's gonna teleport to the top of the ladder at the end of the match. She's not even in, and pull a Brock Lesnar and win the match.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm just hoping whoever gets the Money in the Bank ladder match from the women's side, they keep it longer than a day, because like the last 3 years,
3 years.
3 years, they've cashed in on the same night or the next night. So I'm ready for somebody. I'm waiting for just somebody to hold it for a little while.
Well, she technically just won the belt.
Yeah, last year, but we got to give
match.
Asuka a pass for last year, because remember that's when Becky held the title and she got pregnant.
And the belt was actually in the suitcase. Remember?
You got to give him a pass for that one.
That's the one pandemic pass.
The one pass, right?
Yeah, because then we got the horror show after that, and good fucking God.
I'm sorry.
No pass. I did like the swamp match, though. I still think that the swamp match holds up. I went back and watched it the other day. It's not really all that bad, especially when you compare it to the fucking eyeball storyline.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you go back and watch that match again, it is essentially kind of really funny. Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins running around pretending to try and stab each other in the eye. It's pretty comical if you look at it in a funny way.
Oh God. Speaking about the men, I like the fact that Ricochet, Riddle, and John Morrison are in the match. I'm hoping John Morrison wins it, depending on who they decide for SmackDown. So.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
We'll have to
nice
see.
to know that the first 3 people that they put in there are definitely not going to win. So I wonder who the other 3 are.
So
Because,
before
like,
we move on to the next subject, we'll
Mhm.
go to our Hell in a Cell correspondent, Kenny Jones, to get his thoughts on Hell in a Cell and also Nikki Cross.
WWE majorly dropped the ball on Hell in a Cell whenever the only match that people were honestly clamoring for was given away on free TV. I'm surprised we haven't heard about people demanding refunds. And the new Nikki Cross gimmick, I'm probably gonna catch a little bit of flack for this, but I kind of like it. I feel like she'll be able to pull it off. I think it would have been cooler if they would have made her like a super villain. But if she plays it right, I think she could be the next big female babyface, like what Bayley was with the whole hug era. Alrighty.
Hey, when you're right, Kenny Jones. When you're right.
But what is he talking about refunds though? Refunds about what?
Well, because we saw all those matches before, except for one of them, and then they even had like a pretty awesome match on SmackDown that they gave away for free. It's like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it would have been good ticket sales for like their like TV taping show. I don't know. I don't know. Right? I will have to see how they're gonna do once they go back on the road because
Yeah. So moving on. Next up, Billy Kay, or formerly Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, were on their podcast, doing a little talking. Review. They haven't really decided where they're going to wrestle yet, whether it be AEW or Impact, but those are the 2 places they're primarily interested in. Peyton Royce, or Cassie, as she is now, was backstage recently for AEW, their last pay-per-view. Because her husband does wrestle for AEW, Sean Spears.
Mm-hmm.
But they have filed trademark for their new tag team name, and it is The Inspiration, with the iconic 2 eyes there.
I like it.
I don't mind it. Are they allowed to do like the iconic thing? But I mean, are they going to say inspiration?
Yeah,
I hope so.
exactly. Look, they could use a lot of different play on words with inspiration and inspire and inspiring. So there's different play on words they could use.
Sounds an awful like the Acclaimed, which is an AEW tag team. So it's a very AEW sounding tag team name, I'm just going to say. Although I think that they would do just fine in Impact also.
I want them in Impact. I want them to be the first women to hold WWE and Impact tag team titles. I'm sorry. I'm a fish. I want to be a history aficionado, and I want them to make some herstory, as they say, and they win, tag team gold, I just, for me, I feel like they're more it seemed like they could work well in Impact because because I could see Fire and Desire like doing a lot of comedy bits with them. It's just I just
Fire and Flavor.
Fire and Flavor. Sorry,
Very different.
It's been a while since it's been a while since I've seen like Impact. I have to start watching it again.
It was good last week. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody watched, I don't know if for anybody that watched Impact, but spoiler alert. But so we saw John Callis get fired because in real life he's actually with AEW now. But the cool part about it is they had Tommy Dreamer come out and fired John Callis, which essentially means that Tommy Dreamer fired Cyrus, which is history that goes back 20 years, which I think is really cool.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to throw that out there. That was really neat.
Yeah.
Well, we also did forget to mention, for those that paid attention to our Hell in a Cell pay-per-view predictions, this month's winner going 5-1, Mr. DMT Grizzle.
Look, they don't call me a champ for no reason. All right, I'm taking on all challengers. I have this other belt that like no one can even get it together to put together a competition for me to defend it. I will defend my belt anywhere, anytime. It's just for whatever reason, the bookers are having a really hard time finding.
Let's just play the Swan
finding
song.
talent. I'm just saying.
Oh, pobrecito. Oh.
It's lonely at the top. I'm just saying. Like I just want to challenge someone. So I can have a friend up here. This is ridiculous.
So anybody that's listening out there that wants to challenge Mr. DM McGrizzle here, please, please, by all means. He'll take any challenger.
It's real sad too because I didn't watch wrestling for a long time. So you'd think that you have a chance, but you don't. It's weird.
Well, let's see how well you can do in our next competition, July 17th, which is Money in the Bank weekend. We are planning Buckle Bomb Family Feud. There'll be a couple 3-man teams, so let's see if you can get a team together. See if you can win Family Feud.
Family Feud! I can't wait.
We'll call it Buckle Bomb Feud. So that'll work as we'll have 4 3-man teams, 2 and 2, and then the championship will be SummerSlam weekend.
Oh, can we call it Buckle Battle?
Ooh. I think we can work that out.
I kind of like it, even if it's like if we have some kind of a colon situation and then call it something else, like or in parentheses, like an old country song.
We'll talk about it later, maybe.
We'll talk about it later. We shouldn't be talking about this on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think.
So next up, we got
I hate
this week's The Injury Report.
My least favorite part of the show.
So he hasn't been seen on TV for a while. Damian Priest has been out for a few weeks, in case you haven't noticed. WWE is pretty good at hiding that kind of stuff. It was reported that he's been out dealing with some back issues. However, WWE has said he has been out with injury. However, they won't say exactly what is wrong. He was also seen backstage at WWE NXT last week. So could he be making a return back to NXT?
He's got a case of the questionable booking itis, but they're going to say that he needs a backiotomy.
Well, I don't think so because, of course, the PC has rehabilitation, units there. I know that Chelsea Green was in the PC. She said that she was rehabbing her broken wrist. So, a lot of wrestlers, like when they get injured and stuff, they probably go to the PC to get rehabilitated. So.
But NXT's not at the PC anymore. They're at the Capital Center or whatever it's called.
Well, no. But yeah, I mean, like he probably was just like he was at the PC and then like he went to the arena so that he could see NXT, see some of his friends,
True.
So it's not that far, I don't think. But
yeah, can't be. No, I think they're both in Orlando.
Yeah.
So we've got, as I kind of briefly mentioned earlier, Kevin Owens being reported that he's taken off for a little while for storyline reasons. But to me, he looked like he had gotten injured.
I think he just needs some time because, like, now that we're going back on the road, I think he wants to just get his family ready. Probably, Maybe he just requested, like, oh, can you write me off? I'll come back when we're going on the road again. I just need some time with my family.
Well, he's been working his balls off. He certainly deserves it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like, if The Miz could do that too, but I digress.
Yeah, we could also. I'd love to find a reason for Miz to go away for just a minute. So I don't hate the Miz. I'm just sick of it.
That injury that maybe he could just like go away at least for a few weeks. But no, of course not.
No, because they think like he's their Jericho now, as far as they're concerned. So he's got to be on camera all the time, and they think whatever he does is gold, and it's not. It's not his fault. Also, going back to what we were talking about earlier. But I mean, I just give this man a break. Give them all a break.
Mm-hmm.
Give Bobby a break. Let's just not see the champion for like 2 or 3 weeks and have him show up and destroy somebody. Like, that would be cool. And then we can go, Bobby Lashley was seen walking around somewhere in South Carolina, which would suggest that he's unhappy with his career or whatever. Like, and everyone decides to make up, and then he'll come back and, put somebody in the hurt lock.
But no, he has to get ready for Brock. I have a feeling Brock is coming back.
Brock Party.
Come on.
I just want bring back Brock Party. That's all I want back. That was hilarious.
He's no longer in the alumni section.
Of course not.
He's not.
Nope.
Man,
nope.
He's back on the active roster.
Yep. So,
So
I expect him to see him at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view at least to set up their SummerSlam match.
So speaking of being written off TV with Kevin Owens, Xavier Woods is reportedly being written off TV for a little bit. Per Bryan Alvarez, talking about some rumblings he had heard from backstage. My guess is though he's probably filming something for G4 or something similar to that.
Well, yeah,
of course. Weeks off.
Yeah, I think that's what I read too. That he has to do something for G4, so that's probably why he was written off.
Cool. He deserves a break too. He's been working this entire time. It's fine. I don't even know how you'd book him after what we saw last night. So, yeah, good. Give him a break, please.
Yeah.
So enough people taking breaks. How about somebody that's coming back? It's being reported that The Fiend is ready to come back to Raw. The August 9th TV episode of Raw, where that's going to be, is locally being advertised that The Fiend will be making an appearance.
So why in August? Shouldn't they start bringing him back now? I don't know. Like, I don't know what, like, I don't know whether it was that he wanted to, stay out.
He could be coming back sooner, but that's the earliest he's being advertised.
He needed a break too, I guess. But I mean, I would assume that they're waiting for fans for him because he's such a big deal. But even then, even if that would be perfect, then they'll find a way to like mess it up or something like that, or make it a not surprise and make it too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Just give me my Bray back. I'll take him right now. I don't care.
Because also, it's just where they're gonna fit him. That's the problem. So I'm trying to think where they would fit him, who he would feud. I'm hoping it's not Finn. I know everybody wants the Demon versus the Fiends, but I don't want that.
Save that for a bigger event.
No, don't. Their feud. I'm sorry, their feud did not work. So they just need to stay away from each other. If anything, they could work well as a tag team.
I disagree. I think that they have some unfinished business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, okay. So we know that Bray changes characters permanently for long periods of time. Like Seth Rollins is still an insane person. Finn Balor is still an insane person. Alexa Bliss is obviously still an insane person. Asuka's the only one that hasn't changed yet that's ever taken the mandible claw. But stay tuned for that. So
because it wasn't the Fiend, it was Alexa Bliss, so she technically hasn't changed anybody.
But maybe this is how we can change Finn Balor back to what he was, and we do it at SummerSlam, 2 years after Bray debuts. His whole thing is all about circles and everything, coming full circle, coming back to fruition and all that. I mean, I think that they've got one more match that they need to do in terms of the lore of Bray Wyatt.
Agree.
I guess.
Well, I know not having it.
It's just I like the fact that when the Fiend gets involved with somebody and then they change that person. I like that type of storyline that he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's you don't have to feud with them so long, So it's the whole Randy Orton really burned me out. So I'm happy that he's taking a break, but I think it's just it's now time that he kind of moves on from people that he needs to face new people. I'm sorry, giving me Damian Priest, maybe change him, Bobby Lashley. Maybe we haven't seen him versus Bobby Lashley. I'd like to see that. Drew McIntyre, Sorry about that. That was my logic. Anyways, but yeah, I'm just saying, I think what fans would like is fresher matches. That's why people are getting frustrated with WWE.
I'd have him feud with Karrion Kross.
Ooh, there you go. See, that's new. I would like to see that.
I like that a lot.
He's about to debut soon.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
So next up, let's talk a little bit about the documentary that came out last week, the Chyna documentary.
That documentary really got me emotional. Got me mad. It broke my heart.
It's really sad.
It is. Just to see, on how they explain everything, And it just like it kind of makes sense because of course you heard the rumors about when she left, like she was like, you heard the rumors like she was like being like very problematic because of the Triple H Stephanie fiasco, like their relationship, and then when how much that she was requesting, which was actually true.
Hmm.
I mean, technically, I mean, like I don't know if they would have paid her that amount. I mean, I don't know.
She was worth it.
Agree.
I think she was worth it. You know.
JR said it himself that she was just as valuable as Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I think that's true.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But like that, like if he was saying that, then he should have given her the money. That's the thing.
It's not up to JR though.
I, Vince said that he would allow him if he agreed to it. That was the thing.
Supposedly.
So, yeah, probably. We'll never know. So honestly, we'll never know.
I'm more inclined to I mean, if that's what JR said, I'm more inclined to believe JR because JR is not going to bullshit, for the camera. Like JR is a fucking straight shooter,
Hmm.
and anything that he would keep close to the vest, I certainly don't think it would be something about Vince. So
Yeah.
maybe it's right. Who knows?
I think to me it's just like if they would have had credible women's wrestlers that China can face, I think she would have probably stayed. But the issue is just that she was facing men throughout her whole career, and all of a sudden she's now facing women, which most of the women at that time were not wrestlers.
No.
Exactly. So I mean, like it was kind of like a downgrade, and almost like she was about to be a champion for years to come. Like until what? Who she was gonna wait until to face her for the title. It's just I kind of see like her point of view, like as to why how she felt like business was treating her. You know, it's just
Yeah.
it's just sad like how her downward spiral started. It's just.
Should have never left Japan. If you ask. Well, she had to leave Japan, but
No. She was there. It's just that if Sean Maltman was not involved with her, I think she would have probably did well.
Yeah.
I think she would have probably been at least a legend in New Japan. We would have probably been talking about her, and I think there would have been a lot more women in a Tokyo Dome having matches.
do you think if she had gotten her act together, cleaned up, and not passed away, do you think she'd be involved with AEW or Impact or anything today?
I mean, well, here's the sad part about it. Is just like they even said in the documentary she didn't even know like fans missed her. And you know how that is, like when you hear rumblings that nobody wants to see you, and then as you go to a convention and fans are happy to see you, that trips your mind.
Oh yeah, man.
You
If
know?
if she'd popped up in TNA in like 2008, people would have lost their fucking mind.
Exactly. Or at least like in 2002, 2003,
Yeah.
I think they would have popped their shit with her. And I
Mhm.
think she would have been a great addition to the knockouts division, probably
Agree.
helped really build the women's division there, Hell, she
Agree.
could have probably been the first woman to win the world championship at TNA.
Give me China versus ODB.
Oh no, give me Chyna versus Awesome Kong. Oh
Totally.
yeah. Or Chyna versus Gail Kim when she was there. Come on now. Hell, Chyna versus AJ Styles.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Or Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. But it's just like it's unfortunate for her. Like I think her mindset is just that she's a top star. So because that you think like that, if you downgrade yourself, you're now going into like lesser known category, which that's not the case. Hey,
Hello.
We got jambushed.
I wanted to pull out of Daniel's script. He usually always pops in from the car.
You wanted to pull out? I hear you.
Pull out.
Stealing your gimmick.
Stealing the gimmick.
So we were just talking about our thoughts on the China documentary.
Oh, that was horrible. I mean, I loved it, but fuck her team. Like, There's
Yeah,
no nice way of saying it.
fuck those team members. I don't. Yeah, fuck them. Like it's just
Dude.
like they did not help her whatsoever.
No,
You know?
they wanted a documentary, and they wanted to show her as a hot mess, and they wanted to
Of
make
course.
money off of her.
Hmm.
It was really
And
sad.
then of
So
course
Daniel, you had just seen it, right?
I've got 20 minutes or 20 about 30 minutes left, which is apparently even worse than what I've already seen. So
It gets way worse.
No,
yeah.
I hate
sick.
those 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Those
you're
last
gonna
20
get
minutes are
sick to your
horrible.
stomach for sure.
I mean, I've seen it coming the entire show. I know what's gonna happen, and it's just I fucking hate it. I hate that
No,
that dude, the
yeah, the
director.
manager.
No. All
Dude.
three of them. No, all three of them are horrible people. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Even the guy that was like supposedly her friend. No, I'm sorry. No, your true friend will not make you do something like that. I'm
Fucking
sorry.
bunch of dipshit marks that had no business
Exactly.
anywhere near her.
You know.
Not that,
And
not
like,
that there's anything wrong with being a dipshit mark, and that's why I have a wrestling podcast. I'm just saying, fuck those guys.
yeah.
For sure.
But it's also like you could kind of see like of somebody that like that you never like that hasn't had like a family member or a friend really help you out. You know. And sometimes this is like if you push them away, of course they're not going to want your you know, they can't help you with that if you push them away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when her mother like said like you know she didn't want to do it in camera. I understood that. I wouldn't want to like see my daughter after 30 years on fucking camera. No, no.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, that was dragged too. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just that documentary really irked me, and it got me so emotional because like China was the one that got me into wrestling. So it's just like I have so much love for her, and just to see like her tragic end, it just it breaks my heart, honestly.
Rest in peace, China.
You know, I normally
Yeah.
don't
Joni.
agree with Orlando at all, if I can help it. But I absolutely 100% agree. I mean, after that, I was like literally in tears, and I was literally angry. I was mad. I was upset, and that everybody in her life had failed her. Daniel, I would strongly recommend watching the rest of it just so you can feel how much you hate them now. You just wait.
Yeah.
It gets worse. Yeah.
No. The ending, like it. Ooh, especially that one scene. Ooh, that. Oh, sorry.
Let me catch you outside. Let me catch one of them outside.
Exactly. No, trust me. Let's all us China fans. Let's go to their house. Let's see. Come outside. Come outside, please. Sorry.
Yeah, I bet this has been a rough week for those guys.
Of course.
And they deserve every part of it.
They sure do. Let's go find their Twitters and.
Oh no, I think they're already kind of bombarded with a lot of this.
But don't bully people online. This is not cool.
That's not bullying people. That's
We're just going to write a strongly worded email to them. That's all.
Right.
Exactly. There you go. That's
I will respectfully tell you how much I disagree with your actions,
you know,
and then leave it alone and not berate you. Don't bully people on the internet. Hannah Kimura forever.
Yeah. To me, it's just like when she saw Mick Foley, that really got to me. It's just like because they were friends in WWE. And to me, it's just like I don't know why Mick Foley could have like did a little bit more, like to really help her out. Like you know, I don't know.
But we don't know for sure that he really knew the extent of what was going on either, though.
Yeah, probably.
Can't really blame him.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you can't really play
You
that.
just gotta let people go to their own rock bottom and hope that they make it out. I mean, there's nothing that somebody can do to help. Now, the difference between not being able to help and not being an enabler is completely different. Her manager and the people shooting the documentation were her enablers. They were almost pushing it. Like, I don't know if you remember in that scene where her manager, I forgot his name, the bald one. I guess they're all bald.
Anthony Fuckface.
Yeah, Anthony was like, oh, don't tell Dr. Phil that you're also taking this other medication. And like telling him, and like, why are you even there, bro? This is, he's a disgusting human being.
Who even are you?
But to me, it's just like, I'm surprised that Dr. Phil even talked to the guy. I'm just like, the balls of that guy to ask for China. Like, it's like, oh, you just like, oh my God.
That's not that uncommon, because if you think that you're having a support, like for example, like even when I've worked in different rehabs and such, like we would have family members be present as part of their art team, which is called I don't know, adult treatment recovery. I don't know. And so what they
Okay.
have is just, it's not that uncommon. So, anyways, I just wanted to drop in, say hello. I gotta go walk my dog, and it's fucking hot as balls out. Oregon somehow decided to go fucking desert. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that was a nice little surprise.
Yeah, that was. Anyways.
All right, so moving on, we'll close out the show with a couple good notes after that rough patch.
We've just gone through
Please.
injuries in China, and I'm depressed now.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's Keith Lee?
I don't know, that could get more depressing.
I don't know.
Yeah. He needs to come back, please. Please. I hope you're better. I hope you're all good. Please come back, please.
Yeah, put Keith Lee in the fun house with Bray. I don't care. Like, you know, that would be fun.
So son of a wrestling legend has been getting praise for his work in the Performance Center. I'm sure I'm going to butcher this name here. Bronson Recksteiner, who is the son of wrestling legend Rick Steiner. Has been getting a lot of praise in the Performance Center.
I'm just wondering if he's spoken with his uncle, Scott.
Who do you think taught him math?
Does he wear headgear?
Not in the promo photo that I've seen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Love you, Rick Steiner.
Yes.
Never
So
change.
if he's improving, so that means that he's probably going to be a big star then. So
yeah.
Let's get ready for that.
Also, coming out now, the WWE is considering some theme shows as they've been getting pushed for late 2021 and 2022. Some examples going around. Of course, King of the Ring has been getting teased by Adam Pearce, Xavier Woods, and King Corbin. They're talking about doing old school Raw. Viewer's Choice might be making a comeback, as well as pretty much just confirmed to make a comeback, Raw Roulette.
Is this 2010?
What's going on?
I know, right?
Is it like they did this before?
But you know what? Raw Roulette's kind of cool. King of the Ring's really good.
Yeah. I'm hoping that the Raw Roulette, I hope it's not going to be stupid gimmick matches, but at least interesting matches, you know?
You know, they could do it like the Halloween Havoc last year, you know, where Shotzi spun the wheel.
Where's Shotzi?
Shotzi's injured, unfortunately.
I mean, as long as it's not Sarah Schreiber in the back going, okay, here we go now. No offense to you, Sarah Schreiber. I think you're cool.
No, it's going to be the dude.
It needs to be
what's
better.
that guy's name? What's the guy's name that's interviewing in the back now? He also does Raw.
I can see him. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, probably him. He'll probably do it with his Irish accent.
Have R-Truth do it.
Oh.
And then you find out he's been like spinning the wheel wrong the whole time or something like that. I love you, Archie.
Oh my god!
You're a national
that's a
treasure.
good idea. Yeah. See, look at that. We're like booking Raw really well. Look at that. Hey, WWE, call us, please.
We always do that. We're really good at this.
We're available, WWE. Just hit us up on Twitter. Send us a DM.
Yeah, I'm available.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So last up, Bobby Lashley makes history on WWE Raw this week. Anybody got any idea what it was? Any guesses?
He's undefeated.
He has the shiniest head of any competitor ever.
Yes and no. He is the first man in WWE history to compete in 2 Hell in a Cell matches within a 24-hour time period.
Well, neato.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And we're 2-0 in both of those.
Yes. I'm just happy that we're getting Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston, the first time Black Excellence. Going to be going after the WWE Championship. Bravo. I mean, 50 years too late, but hey.
Better late than never.
It's a great story, though. I mean, Bobby's like massive, and Kofi's like really, really quick, but not massive. And and not to mention, and also that obviously he hasn't challenged since he was squashed and never talked about it until like a year and a half later, or however long it took for him to actually mention it on screen again.
But I like the story that they're going by. I like the story that it's just like what they just said on Raw. It's just like the whole old school mentality of this toxic masculinity type of stuff, which is it's very true when it comes to
Mhm.
wrestling. So, and it's just like this match could have happened maybe 5-10 years ago. Honestly, I could have seen this match probably 5 maybe 10 years ago.
I'd like to see Cedric Alexander somehow get involved in this and be, kind of Kofi's new friend while Xavier Woods is away. And maybe he could be a new member of the New Day and they could actually be a trio again since we got Big E off on his own. I just want him to have something to do. I think it'd be a great tag team.
We'll see. I don't know. They have some time. I mean, surprisingly, a WWE Championship has a 4-week bill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised they're doing all the qualifying matches super early, though.
I do think it's interesting. Sorry, go ahead.
No. I'm saying like everything has been now booked all early. So.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting that Vince acknowledged that he knew that the product was stale. I'm like, okay, great. So you're not a complete insane person. Like, you don't actually think all of this is good. So maybe this is, I don't know. If Raw's as good next week as it was this week, I will go back to watching Raw every week.
And they have 2 matches advanced for a week. Oh.
Nikki Cross. I mean, I am intrigued.
Yes.
There was a report that came out that Vince said he doesn't want any more, cold matches, any matches on TV that don't make sense or don't have a storyline. So he's trying to, give some matches some meaning, I guess, that are going to be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
What a concept!
Wow. I mean, like, really, Vince? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who told you that.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's like, with the Attitude Era, wrestling was just so hot. Like, you could throw anything out there and it didn't matter because everything was so hot. And as long as something was kind of cool, it didn't matter. You just sent everyone, there were run-ins on every single match and you were just getting everybody out there and everything. And not that they were all not good wrestlers. There were some incredible wrestlers at that time. But, I mean, the quality of wrestling in terms of all across the board right now is just amazing. And it might be the best that it's ever been. The stories and finishes obviously still need help. So I don't understand why you have all these great wrestlers and wrestling is kind of getting hot again, not nearly as hot as it was in the 90s, but, it's getting more popular. Why is this so difficult? And then if we find out it's not difficult, we find out they've been doing it to us on purpose. And that's annoying too. But I have hope. I'm looking forward to fans coming back.
We shall see.
I'm still going to watch it and complain about it either way.
Of course, no. You have your right to complain, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I complain because I care.
That's right. All right. So that'll do it for us here today. As the little scrolly thingy down on the bottom says, check us out on Apple Podcasts. Review us. Give us 5 stars. Find us on Facebook. Search for Buckle Bomb Entertainment. Twitter, YouTube. Subscribe to that as well. You can find merch at shopbucklebomb.com. Only a few days left to get your Pride merchandise. Our proceeds will be going towards the Trevor Project. Also, our main website, bucklebombentertainment.com. And you can find me personally on Twitter at TheRealSarahBBE.
It's DMC Grizzle. You know what to do. Twitter, Instagram. And make sure you like all the Buckle Bomb stuff. It really helps us out.
Trivia champion, pay-per-view prediction champion.
Hey, look, I've always really been a big fan of championship belts, and if I need to continue to collect all of them to make us, have a little more status here in the world, then that's fine. I don't need Don Callis. I can do it by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And you can follow me, guys, at Twitter at Orly1985_BBE. Go ahead and give me a follow, guys. And please subscribe, follow us, share with friends, please.
Click
so
things.
That way we can grow. So we can grow more and more, please.
Have a great night, everyone.
Bye.